everyone, welcome back to my channel. Holy crap, it's been so long since I've seen you all. I just want to like hug your neck and just give you a big old kiss on the cheek. So I wanted to pop on and just share with you some things that I've been loving recently. Not really a monthly favorites, just kind of like an overview of things I've been loving this fall. I realize it's been, I think, since July since I did a favorites video. Let's get cozy, let's get comfy, and let's jump into it. This is from Malone, and this is the Dark Amber and Ginger Lily. This is the intense version, I believe, so that's why it's in the black bottle. It smells so good, guys. I'm really bad at describing scents. It smells like if you were walking through the autumn leaves in a park, like a big park, in the autumn leaves, and the air is really crisp outside, and you were drinking some kind of hot beverage like hot apple cider with cloves and cinnamon. I feel like that's how this would smell. It's very spicy. It's really sexy. It's definitely a more warm, intense fragrance. It's more on the pricey side, not gonna lie, that's Malone, but I love the fragrance. So I have my little makeup bag of makeup goodies in here, so let's just pull some stuff out. Let's start with what's on my lips right now. This is from Sonia Kashuk. You can get this brand at Target. And it is the Grand Bazaar collection. I think this is for her fall winter collection. It has like this awesome like plaid detail on it. And this is in the shade Blush Wine. This is supposed to be a liquid lipstick, but it's really a gloss. I mean, this is not a liquid lipstick. This is a lip gloss for sure. Yeah, I love this kind of color for the fall and the autumn, even though California hasn't gotten the memo that it's autumn yet. I mean, we're gonna get well into January, and then California will be like, oh hey, guys, guess what? It's fall. But really, no, it's not. It's winter. But at that time, oh well, I'm rambling. Anyways, this is just a great color for the fall, and I've really been liking it. And it's drugstore, so it's more affordable. From one drugstore product to a high-end product, let's pull out this little baby. This is a Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. This is in the shade Bond Girl. And it just looks like this. See if it will focus. I have been obsessed with watching Sandra on YouTube. I'll link her channel below in the down bar. And this is a total impulse purchase because she was wearing it and it looked great on her and she raved about it. So I figured, power of suggestion, I'm just gonna go buy it and try it out. And I do really love it. These Matte Revolution lipsticks, this formula is really easy to wear. It's really comfortable, even though it is matte. And I feel like it almost has like kind of a satin feeling on the lips, but it is matte to the eye, if that makes any sense at all. And the packaging is just beautiful. It's rose gold. Charlotte Tilbury does some stunning, stunning makeup, and her packaging, man, I mean, it gets you every time. How can you not see this bullet and be like, oh man, I need that lipstick? So not only is the packaging beautiful, but the product inside is as well. So first of all, I have a primer that I have never spoken about before, and it is from Dr. Brandt. It is the Pores No More Pore Refiner Primer. Minimizes pores, absorbs oil, and it mattifies. This is going to be really similar to, I think it's Benefit's Porefessional, where it's like that fleshy colored, and it's a little bit thicker in texture. This does what it says on the tube. It definitely smooths in your pores. I read online, I believe that it has tea tree oil in it, so that helps really keep the breakouts at bay. You can get retails for like $45. It's a little up there in price, but I tried out a sample size that I had from an order I placed on Sephora, and I fell in love with the sample size and I used it all up, and it hasn't broken me out yet. So to find a primer that I really love, that's a big thing, because I really don't like them. They are really slippy, and I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like they are really hyped up for some reason. Next up is a foundation that I never expected to love because of my skin type. I am definitely oily combo. This is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. And I am in the shade light beige. I never expected to love this foundation. This is definitely a more dewy foundation. For those of you that have oily skin like I do, basically you always want to stay away from anything that says luminous or glowy because let's be real, I'm going to get luminous and glowy in about 2 hours after applying my makeup every time. That's just oily skin girls, raise your hand. That's what's up. This foundation just goes on my skin so beautifully. And I feel like combined with this primer, these two for my skin work beautifully. Looks very natural, is not cakey, it's not going to settle into pores or lines or anything that you may have. I step out in the sun and it really just looks like my coverage. I would say is like definitely a medium coverage, but it's definitely buildable without caking up. This is the Becca highlighter. This is the Shimmering Skin Perfector in Champagne Pop. If you are no stranger to the world in general, you'll know this is like all the hype right now. Everybody and their mom is talking about it, and for good reason. Becca, I think, makes some of the best, if not the best, highlighters on the market right now. This one is in collab with Jaclyn Hill here on YouTube, so I think that's really cool to support a fellow YouTuber. And this is definitely like a golden champagne-y shade. It's really easy to go overboard on this, so the next product I'm going to share is this brush, which I've been using with the highlighter. This is from IT Cosmetics. It's a dual fiber fan brush, and I believe the correct name is Airbrush Radiance Fan and number 116. I picked this up at Ulta and absolutely love this brush for applying this highlighter. It just makes it go on really beautifully without it looking too overdone and like a freaking disco ball. Like I am fine with highlight, but I don't want to be seen from space. Some people are all about that life, and that's fine, like go you, but I'm not brave enough to be about that life. I find that these two things are really great together. They're a beautiful marriage and a match made in heaven and all those good things. Yeah, this should definitely be on your Christmas list if you don't already own it. It's a must-have in your makeup collection. From one high-end product to a low-end product, we're all across the board here, is this blush by NYX, and this is in the shade Mocha. I know I've spoken about this before, but this just is a really amazing blush. I believe it's like $4 or $5. It's a really beautiful like terracotta-ish color that works great for the fall. So if you need a new fall blush and you don't want to shell out a ton of money, definitely pick up this NYX blush in Mocha. Let's talk about, are my boobs hanging out, guys? Jeez. Someone needs to tell me if that's happening. This is from Burberry, and this is another Sandra impulse purchase. Gosh, that woman, every time she suggests something, I want to just run out and own it because she just has a way with explaining a product that makes you want to just buy everything in the store. Anyways, I digress. This is definitely a higher end luxury product. So Christmas list, you guys should be writing this down. This is the Eye Color Cream number 106 in Pink Heather, and it just looks like this. And for being a cream color eyeshadow, it really is quite powdery once you apply it, and being that formula type, I guess, where it's a little more powdery than sticky, if that makes sense, it's really easy to work with. It's easy to build, it's easy to blend out. Once it sets, it is there. But I feel like the set time is kind of a little while, so you have enough time to really get in there and work with it and blend out the edges. I like to apply this with my finger. I also apply it with a brush. I find it's great for those days where you don't want to do a ton to your makeup, but you want to look like you put in a little bit of effort. As Sandra calls it, this is the Mary-Kate and Ashley eye, where it's just that effortless, chic, lived-in eye makeup that just looks great. And it's really beautiful on blue eyes and green eyes because it kind of is that mauvey pink shade. And I want to pick up a couple more shades. Don't tell Andrew. Shh. It wouldn't be a video of mine if I didn't mention nail polish. The first one is from Nails Inc, and it is their Gel Effect formula, and it is in the shade Hyde Park Court. It's just a really beautiful like khaki green shade. I feel like this is a really on-trend shade. I hate that phrase, but it's true. It's really on trend right now. I know Burberry does a similar color, but for a lot more expensive. It's just a really great color. I like the formula. I find that it does last well. It goes on opaque in one coat, which is nice, but I always do 2 coats just because. Other nail polish color is from Essie, and it is in the shade Velvet Voyer, I think. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, I'm so sorry, but it's just this really deep kind of purpley shade, really vampy, almost black, but when you go out in the sun, it definitely has that purpley undertone to it, and I love it. It's been on my toes for the past, like, I think 3 months or something. It's definitely one of my favorite autumnal shades. Next, I have kind of a random thing that I've been loving, and it's a drink, and I'm drinking it right now, and it's called Zevia. You can get these at your local, like, Health Mart foods stores, like, I think Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, and Sprouts. They all have them, as well as you can get them at Target. This is the cream soda flavor. It's my favorite. I used to love cream soda growing up, and this has no sugar, no artificial sweeteners. It's caffeine free. As we believe in smarter soda choices. Zevia is naturally sweetened soda that has no sugar, no calories, and no artificial sweeteners. It's vegan, kosher, and gluten free. I think it's freaking delicious. I love it. I think they're really yummy. I'm gonna have some right now. It's good if you have a sweet tooth and you just want something but you don't want like candy. Yeah, that's the stuff. That's the stuff. I have a book that I absolutely love and highly recommend 10 times over. This is a book called Station 11. It goes on my list of top 10 favorite books ever, and that's a really big deal for me to say. If you like post-apocalyptic, post-epidemic type stories, I think you would definitely love this. It's basically about this flu pandemic that has broken out, and it's all these different characters in the story and how they all get split up, but then parallels to how they're all connected before this happens and after it happens and what brings them all together. Highly recommend it. Love this book. Guys, I am apparently a 5-year-old stuck in a 20-year-old's body because I love coloring books. I've been getting into coloring books. This one is so beautiful. It's called Enchanted Forest. And it has some really beautiful illustrations in there, almost to the point where I don't even want to color in it because it's such a beautifully illustrated book. And I feel like while you color, while you're either listening to something or you're watching something, it really kind of keeps your brain going. Let's get real. I mean, who doesn't want to color? I mean, and I have one last thing to talk about, and that is a podcast. I have not mentioned one before, I don't think, but I'm mentioning it this, and it is the podcast Missing Maura Murray. If you like crime writers on Serial, that podcast. If you like Undisclosed, if you like Serial in general, like those true crime podcasts, you really enjoy Missing Maura Murray. This podcast is pretty much going through the history of what happened and people trying to solve this this missing person's story that is still open. People are still investigating it, and really, like, she's never been found. People speculate that she's in Canada, that she's wanted to run away from her life. People speculate that she died or was kidnapped and buried under a house. Like, it is intense. Guys, there are like Facebook pages, blogs, they're doing a documentary on this, they're making a movie on this, a book's coming out. I mean, this is a big deal. This family wants answers of what happened to their daughter, and literally, I think she got into a car crash, and it was snowy, and there are no footprints leading away from the car or to the vehicle. It's like she just vanished into thin air. It's so fascinating. It will suck you in and you'll want to listen to the whole thing, and you can't because I think that's like 10 or so hours of listening time. I can't believe I can't believe it is November. How many people on YouTube say that? But it is so true. So I have a brand new blog that I just launched. The link will be below. I'm really excited about it. I haven't blogged in a really long time, so I definitely want to get back into it. So definitely check that out, please. I would appreciate it so much. Shameless plug, I know, but what can you do? I'll leave all my social media links below in the down bar, as well as, you know, everything. Instagram, Snapchat. I'm on Snapchat all the freaking time. I'm obsessed with it. So definitely add me and follow me, and yeah, we can share our snaps and our lives together, and it'll be so great, won't it? Yeah, so great. Anyways, I love you all very much. Thank you all for sticking it out and for checking back and watching my videos. I appreciate you so much, and I love you, and I will talk to you all later. Mwah. Bye, guys.